Hey everybody, welcome to episode 2 of the Ask Jared show, where we talk real estate talk with a real estate broker. This guy right here. I am a real estate broker licensed in the state of Washington, and I'm here to help you be a better buyer or seller in the real estate realm. All right, let's just jump right into the topic. Is rent to own a scam? Well, it isn't really, but why do a lot of people think that? So when you're out on your computer in the interwebs and you start typing certain keywords, rent, all of a sudden you're going to have ads show up. And they're going to show a big old shiny house, palm trees, circular driveway. You know it's an expensive house. Rent $450. What? Click. All right. Well, they got you, but hey, we all want to do a little investigating. We want to see what that's all about. Well, we just need to give them $199, maybe even $29 for a list of homes that are rent to own. That's a scam. That is a scam. Do not pay for that list. Do not give those people any money. There are no houses out there like that for $425 a month, let alone to rent to own. So don't do it. Don't do it. All right. What is real rent to own? Well, real rent to own is you put 3 to 10% down, most of the time 10. If you don't have all 10, you can put 3% down and then add money on top of your rent for the next 18 to 24 months as you fix your credit or wait for your bankruptcy to clear or wait for your judgment or whatever it is that's stopping you from buying the house. But let me ask you something. Did you ever go find out if you could actually buy a house? You go through the same process. You got to give up all your credit information, your job information, background checks. There aren't even background checks usually when you buy a home, just credit and job. So did you go through all that? Most likely you didn't. And why don't people do that? Because I think people are afraid of the rejection. For some reason, no one's afraid of the rejection from a rental company, but they're afraid of the rejection for buying. Maybe it's because buying is so important to us to be homeowners that we just don't want to be let down. I don't know the answer to that question, but that's why I'm doing this show. I want to help more people make that step of homeownership so that they're not afraid to do it. So that's why I'm going over these subjects. And this is a big one. This is a lot of people are afraid to go fill out a bank application or a lender application, so they start here thinking this is somehow better. I get a lot of calls where people think this is where they need to start. We pull their credit, bam, they're buyers. Did you know that the United States, that 60% of renters can buy? Why aren't they? Well, there's a certain percentage that just don't want to. Their situation, maybe they don't make enough money, whatever. But there's a big percentage of them that just don't know how it works. And that's what I'm doing. I'm going to help you figure out how it works. Okay, back to the rent to own. So 24 months later, at $2,000 a month, $48,000, right? You spent 48 grand. You don't get any of that back. You now take your 10% down and you buy the house from a lender. Let's just take those 18 to 24 months out, save that $48,000, all right? Now let's go to a good local lender with your good real estate agent. No, let's say great. Your great real estate agent and your great local lender. If you need one of those, I have a network throughout the United States. I can find you one. Just email me at askjaredrealestate@gmail.com and I will see if I can help you find somebody in your area. If you're in the Seattle-Tacoma area, you can always contact me and I can help you or somebody on my team. All right, so let's go back to, you've got your $20,000 and you're thinking of rent to own. Why don't we go to the bank and see if they have a product for people with bad credit, not perfect credit. I'm just going to be honest, bad credit, and see if they can loan you the money to buy a home. I've seen it done. It's very possible. These are a different kind of loan. They have higher interest. But what's higher than paying $48,000 in rent? Do you know how much that interest is? 100%. And you get none of it back. So wouldn't you rather pay 10% interest and have a portion of the 48 grand that you're going to pay go towards your investment? Of course you would. I don't even need to ask. All right, so we've covered those two things. Now let's cover what is more commonly going on in the marketplace today in the rent-to-own. We're going to change the terminology. It's not rent-to-own. It's rent with the option to buy or lease with the option to purchase. And what is that? That is a product where once you're approved and for an amount, we go out into the market with a licensed real estate broker in your area, and we find you a home on the MLS that's for sale. You choose a home just like any other buyer. This company that we work with buys the home, rents it to you for up to 5 years, and in that 5 years, you have the option to purchase the home. There are some more things in there, but it really is that simple. 550 minimum credit score. In my market, you really need to have an $80,000 household income to be able to buy anything. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. And we're talking real estate talk here, so I don't want to tell you that it's anything different. Maybe in other markets it can be less when houses are half the prices they are here in the Tacoma, Seattle area. But here, it's 80 to 90 grand, and that's what I know, so that's what I'm going to talk about, what I know. All right, so what are you going to do with this house? Well, you're renting it, but if you're going to buy the house, it's going to be your house. But let me tell you a little secret. Let's say you bought a house, and then you decided next year to move. The cost to move is going to be more than the appreciation. Unless it went up 100 grand, which most likely it didn't, it's going to be difficult to move. It usually takes in a hot market like the Seattle market at least a couple years before there's enough equity to pay your excise tax and to pay the cost of the real estate agents to buy and sell your home. So if you move into one of these houses and you pay rent and you move away, after a year you choose a different house, you're out the rent, which is going to be less than it is the cost of selling a home. That'll only work for the first year, maybe the second year. After that, you're throwing your money away. So, rent with the option to purchase, rent to own, kind of two different things. Scam, these are these lists that people are selling of homes that don't exist. And remember, if it should be 2 grand, it will be 2 grand because that's what market is. So if I own a home and everybody else is getting 2 grand, mine's going to be 2 grand a month. I'm not going to put it out there for 400 bucks and then spend 20 grand a month on Facebook ads to try to get you. I wouldn't need to put a single Facebook ad. Hey, I got a house for 400 bucks a month. How many people are going to come to me? Everybody. That's cheaper than buying. That's cheaper than the property tax. That's cheaper than the insurance. So let's stay smart, people. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to educate you. I want to help you be a super confident buyer. I want you to step out into the real estate market and know these things. I want you to know them so that when some shady guy comes up to you and says something, you say, you know what? That's not real. You know what? That's never going to happen. I want to work with a good real estate broker and a good bank. No, we want to work with a great real estate broker and a great lender. And we're going to put together a plan to make you a homeowner. All right? Well, that's what I'm here for. Stay tuned for episode 3, which is going to be what is a non-QM mortgage, and I guess you'll just have to stick around to see what it is. Little secret though, it's a stated income loan with no W-2s for all you self-employed. All right, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Please send this to your friends. I'm not selling anything. This is just for information. This is information that you need, that your friends and your family need. Please share. Now I'm begging. No, I'm not really begging, but if you or someone you know needs more information on the things that I've covered today, you can always contact me. My contact info is in the bottom. I promise not to spam you, and again, I'm not selling anything. Have a great one, and we'll see you next time.